Hello, and welcome to our podcast where we discuss the most important takeaways from popular books. Today we're going to talk about The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This book has been a bestseller for decades and provides practical advice for individuals looking to improve their personal and professional effectiveness. Here are the 10 most important things you can learn from this book. Be proactive. The first habit is to be proactive, which means taking responsibility for your life and your actions. Covey argues that proactive people focus on what they can control, rather than what they can't control. Begin with the end in mind. The second habit is to begin with the end in mind, which means having a clear vision of what you want to achieve in life. Covey argues that having a clear vision helps you make better decisions and stay focused on your goals. Put first things first. The third habit is to put first things first, which means prioritizing your time and energy on the things that matter most. Covey argues that effective people focus on their most important goals and tasks, rather than getting distracted by less important things. Think win-win. The fourth habit is to think win-win, which means looking for solutions that benefit everyone involved. Covey argues that effective people focus on creating mutually beneficial relationships, rather than trying to win at all costs. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. The fifth habit is to seek first to understand, then to be understood, which means listening to others before trying to make yourself heard. Covey argues that effective communication requires empathy and understanding. Synergize. The sixth habit is to synergize, which means working together to achieve more than you could on your own. Covey argues that effective people collaborate and build on each other's strengths. Sharpen the saw. The seventh habit is to sharpen the saw, which means taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Covey argues that effective people prioritize self-care and continuous learning. Build your emotional bank account. Covey introduces the concept of the emotional bank account, which refers to the trust that is built up in relationships over time. He argues that individuals should strive to make deposits into their emotional bank accounts by demonstrating kindness, honesty, and respect, and avoiding behaviors that make withdrawals, such as being critical or defensive. Focus on your circle of influence. Covey distinguishes between your circle of influence, which includes the things you can control, and your circle of concern, which includes the things you can't control. He argues that effective people focus on their circle of influence, rather than getting bogged down by things they can't control.